We're going live. I'm going to play the intro really quick. It's very short, but it's so cool. It's very short. Ty's giving me another one with some pump music.
Where's it?
That was it. It's like 5 seconds, but it's like a really quick, like, hey, we're here. Dude, I love your outfit today. I love this olive vest and everything.
Oh yeah, this is what I be using when I need a lot of pockets. It actually has some stuff on the back. This is a Ralph Lauren jacket that I bought a while ago. I've been having this for some years.
I'm loving it, and I love the chains. You got the I'm a DealMachine Yo house.
Sam the Closer, come to YouTube and Facebook. Look up DealMachine on Facebook and YouTube right now. Elise and I are on that platform. That way you can ask any questions. You can engage with us. Come to DealMachine right now. Elise.
I'm so excited. We have it on.
You're right in front of a window, right?
I am.
Hey, come to Facebook and YouTube right now. Look up DealMachine on Facebook and YouTube right now. And come over there. Get off my Instagram. Go to YouTube and Facebook right now.
And those who are on here, introduce yourself and tell us where you're at. I'm Elise. I'm in Indy. We got Lupi G in
Houston, where it is cold outside, out the blue. It's like, wow.
What is the temperature?
Cold enough.
Cold enough. I love it. Cold enough here.
It's like 30-some degrees, but the other day it was like in the 20s and the teens. The great thing is that the snow, the majority of the snow has melted and things like that. So, like I'm very appreciative and grateful that the roads are clear enough that way people can move around safely. I've been having to move around throughout this whole time because we couldn't get cleaners to go clean out the townhouse because we had another short-term rental that was booked for Airbnb to stay there. So in the middle of the snow, Lupi G had to get out there and go clean up the place myself personally. My other short-term rental, which is my house, I turned my house into a short-term rental. So yeah, I put it on Airbnb, and that same night somebody booked it, so I moved out.
Oh my gosh! Wait, so is the townhouse the one that you had that incident?
Yes.
Yes, that's all good.
Yes, so it's booked. People are actually in there now, and it's right by downtown, so they haven't let downtown go without power or anything. So they've been great. They have power. It was just the Wi-Fi was down for a day, but they've had power, and then the stove and everything else is gas. So the townhouse has been great. My other house that I just put on Airbnb is all electric. The whole house is electric.
Oh no!
So, right, everybody house is electric. It's one of them LGI houses. So it's a new house, and is a house that I got creatively. I actually have 2 houses in that neighborhood. The tenants, I have tenant buyers in one of them, so I reached out to them and asked them, was the power off, because I couldn't see my cameras anymore, and they were like, yeah, it was off. So people out here been going through it, looking for somewhere to actually stay warm and things like that. So I actually had a young lady to reach out and book my house for a short-term rental, and she actually went out there and the lights were off, and I was like, man. So the lights just came back on not too long ago, and I know that because my camera had came on and it alerted me, and I was like, yes, okay, the lights are on. So now they're situated. I've been seeing them walking in the house, so now they can go in there and turn on the power and things like that. I'm just extremely happy and grateful to be out that house and be able to help somebody else be able to find shelter.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, like, you can't even plug in like a space heater or anything because it's literally just nothing. And that I've just been thinking about y'all that are in Texas, and I'm so glad that you guys are okay.
It's a lot of people without power and without water. So where I'm at right now, I have power but no water. But where Honey and Sucker Free at, they didn't have power yesterday, but now they have power and water. So I'm kind of just floating around right now. I have more than one house, so I'm just floating around. And like I said, I put my house on the Airbnb platform the beginning of the month just to see if it was gonna book. And as soon as I put it on there, somebody had booked like 30 minutes later. So I had like 2 days to pack up all my stuff and move out. So I'm a real hustler. I was like, I'm not homeless, but I was like, shoot, I don't, I'll pack up and move right now so this house can make money. You know, hey, that was an investment. So I'm speaking firmly on when it comes to educating people about passive income and assets over liabilities. And now that house is going to pay for itself because now it's booked up for the rest of the month. And then I have the house got booked up almost for the whole month. Now this lady, she just booked the other day because of the hotel situation. Wasn't no hotels around with electricity and stuff. So now that house is booked for like the next 7 days. Then after that, somebody booked from like the 22nd all the way till the third of the month, and then I have somebody that's booked for spring break and stuff. So now my house is gonna pay for itself now, and I'll just be knocking down that equity, and I won't have to be knocking it down. You know, hey, I'm a hustler, man. Go.
No kidding. It's like, all right, let's pack up.
Yeah, straight like that. I don't need it. You know, got up out of there.
Are they keeping any like I'm just intrigued since you're there, like are they keeping any like gyms heated or anything that people can come to, like, or is it just like fend for yourself?
To be honest with you, I haven't watched TV since I started my real estate journey. Like I've cut out all TV, so I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. I really don't know what's going on until it hits me, and that's to be honest with you. I just want to make sure that my mind was focused on entrepreneurship, and I wanted to make sure I cut out as many distractions as possible, especially like so much negative stuff and things like that on the news. So I just been weeding out stuff a step at a time, and the first thing that I cut out was TV. So I don't watch TV. I read books and listen to audio books. I go over like YouTube videos. I'm always educating myself. So I don't really, to be honest with you, I really don't know what's going on. I just know when I go outside it's cold, and when I come inside it's warm right now, and I'm just extremely happy and grateful. And it's a blessing to be able to move out that house and have other people utilizing the house, and it's creating a cash flow situation for me.
I'm glad that it has electricity again, so that way that works. Okay, Louis says, what up, fam? Louis great. Louis comments on a lot of our videos. I appreciate you, Louis.
Hey, Louis.
Bella.
Hey, how you doing? So I know I seen that I seen your facial expression when I told you, yeah, I put my house on Airbnb and moved out. Like when I tell you I'm a for real entrepreneur and I'm a real hustler. Like nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing gonna stop me from being great. Nothing gonna stop me from creating multiple streams of income to take care of all my living expenses. And that's the road that I'm on right now. Just seeking that overabundance of passive income is what's going on right now for me.
I love it.
How many people are in here?
12.
Every 12 one of y'all. How are y'all doing? Hopefully all of y'all are keeping warm. You have snow going on out there in your area, right?
I can't get out of our street because we have at least 8 inches, and I had to help push one of my neighbors out the other day because their car was stuck. And yeah, it's a lot. But when you were up here in Indiana, we should have got you a parka just so that you had it. So when you did come back up here, if it was snowing. But yeah, we got hit pretty bad. I shoveled.
That's a jacket, right?
Oh yeah, that's one of them like big furry hooded.
I got one of those with the fox fur and everything. Yeah, you come on, you know me. So I got one of them joints. I actually bought it a few years ago from Saks. So I got a Michael Kors one with it's blue with the fox fur. I actually have a picture where I got my first deal. The guy I actually had that jacket on when I was teaching It's Really Rhonda how to drive for dollars, and we actually got our first 3 deals. I got out the car to give somebody a business card while I was showing her how I drive for dollars and DealMachine houses. And I actually had that jacket on. I was clean. I had white pants on, or money shirt with the fox fur. Yeah,
Lupi,
ready.
I don't think I've ever seen you not look like perfect. Like you always are, like you got the accessories, you look like all put together. Oh, we got some more. Louie, we are on Clubhouse. Lupi and I are both. Lupi, what's your handle on Clubhouse?
I don't know.
I just followed you.
I think it's Lupi G. Like my phone go off so much from Clubhouse. I just started thinking, to be honest with you guys, I started really feeling like Clubhouse was a distraction. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of value that's being added on Clubhouse, but there's a lot of showboating on Clubhouse and things like that. And it's just a lot of talk. And if you follow my Instagram, I just do a lot of action, and it's better for me to show you guys than tell you guys because I'm constantly moving. So my apologies for not, being as active as I should be on Clubhouse. It's just that I'm really not into just entertaining you guys. I want to show you that I'm doing this step by step, and I'm actually active, and I'm an investor also. I'm not just wholesaling houses. I actually start putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm showing you by action. But we're going to start doing Clubhouse. Am I right, Elise?
Yes. So I was going to lead into, I am hosting right now Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays are for people who have success calls with us. So people that I've interviewed are coming on Thursday. So I have Ken and John, their brothers, coming on tomorrow at 5:30. Lupi G's Clubhouse is Lupi_G. And then mine is DealMachine. And I do agree with that. Like, that's why it's been really hard because, and I love that you said like taking action. That's like the big thing here is like Clubhouse can suck you in real easily. I like having it on almost like a podcast. Like I'll come on if sometimes, but there are like, I'll have it if someone's having like a really good discussion. I'll just keep it on and like listen to it while I'm working. But we are going to be doing Clubhouses. So right now it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30. Tuesdays, we still have, Lupi and I have to figure out when we're doing ours, but you can get like sucked in. That's why I said I'm only doing it like certain times of the week because I won't be productive if I'm on it all the time. Right. But it is great for networking. I'll tell you that right now. It is crazy. We had David and Dave on the other day, which Dave, our CTO, does not come on a lot of things. And it was really cool to like have them talk to people and, tell their stories. So Lucy's from Idaho. Hello,
hey,
Lucy.
Idaho in the house. Hey, Lucy.
Idaho in the house. Walter says, glad to be here. Love the fact you moved to Airbnb. True hustle, Mr. Walter.
Yeah, I'm doing Airbnb, creative deal structuring to where that I'm doing subject to, and the Airbnb, that property is actually a subject to with the lease option to purchase. So we have a lease purchase and a sub to. So we came into that deal with two different enter strategies. So I'm actually doing coaching right now and basically providing extreme value, showing you guys how to go after pretty houses. Because as everybody noticed, there's been a shift in the market, and wholesale deals is not as lucrative as they were at first. So I would advise for you guys to start getting more creative with deal structuring and understanding the more questions that you could ask a potential homeowner that could lead you into a control situation versus a wholesale situation. Because the main goal is to have passive income and be able to have multiple sources of income to take care of all your living expenses. And in order to do that, you can't keep chasing another check. And wholesaling has you keep chasing another check. versus having someone calling you saying, "Hey, your rent here," or you having it on autopilot to where that the rent is actually coming, and then the mortgage is getting paid, or the money is going directly in your pocket. Whatever whatever fits you the best. But yeah, the wholesaling industry, man, I know a lot of people are feeling what's going on right now in certain markets, especially in Texas, because a lot of big players from California and bigger California, what is that, Arizona, New York, a lot of those people that moved out here, once the corona hit, they shut down a lot of those big spaces because everybody started doing things remotely. And those people have packed up and they moved out here and they're buying the wholesale deals. They're outbidding us as far as us talking to the homeowners, as far as us as the natives of this turf, talking to the homeowners, understanding the way to give the offers, knowing the market, knowing the price margins. And these guys are coming out here and they are outbidding us because they can buy 4 or 5 houses, for the price of one house in California. So the market has really changed out here in Texas. I'm pretty sure the DFW area have also taken a hit as far as the regulars and the locals that was around there, and in San Antonio and Austin and things like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have saw a change. And to be honest with you, I've heard it from some of the big guys themselves, such as Sal and Carlos Reyes. Those guys,
Oh yeah.
they were doing 90 to 95% of their deals was wholesale. Now it changed to 60-40. Now, if those guys said that, that there's a change that's going on, because they are some major players. Alex and Sal and Carlos, they are major players.
So I didn't even think about that. I guess we haven't seen too much of that here yet, but I can see that happening where like they're coming in and outbidding to get those hot deals. So then wholesaling isn't really needed in there, right?
No, it's still needed, but the thing is, these guys have more marketing money than the average local here. Like their price margins is different. Their cost of living was different. So they're able to come out here and like be very heavy with marketing, and their tactics is much more vicious. And with it being a lack of inventory out here, between the real estate agents and the wholesalers, people have really been vicious out here as far as not really having no hustle. Like I just recently had a property not too long ago, and I had it posted and got over 2,000 views in 8 days. And it was so many people that went and looked at the property. But what they were doing, once I showed them the property, they was double backing and cold calling and going to the homeowner and trying to steal a deal and things like that. So it has gotten real vicious out here. One thing I know, two things for sure. You guys have to start protecting your deals, especially if you're in this Texas market. Put a memorandum on a property until you are able to close. If you are not able to close, then release the memorandum. That way the homeowner can still sell their property. But while the property is under your contract, I advise you to put a memorandum on it and make sure that your position is solid. That's very, very good information.
I just can't, like, that's so almost cutthroat. How it's just so dirty. Like, why would you? I just
they have no hustle. Like I told you, I moved out my house and put it on Airbnb, so I show my hustle. You see what I'm saying? Like, and like it's to the point now where finding those other smaller markets makes sense right now, because everybody want to go after the big markets and be in the big markets and be a big player, and things are shifting. And a lot of people are holding out right now with the pandemic going on, and people getting a lot more breathing room. A lot of people was gonna get slammed on, and but what they started doing was extending those forbearances and things like that. So people not really getting foreclosed on right now. The people that are getting foreclosed on is people that was like from 2019, 2018, things like that. these like the 2020 foreclosures haven't even hit yet. So, for you
No.
guys that are looking up deals like on PropStream and things like that, a lot of y'all don't know that a lot of those foreclosures and pre-foreclosures, those are old. That's old stuff. So just
Ooh,
think
that's like,
have called those guys. There's a lot of people that have called those guys already. And if you're not offering a different type of enter strategy for them to exit away from the property, then you'll continue to be in last place with getting a deal.
I'm writing down gems. So if anyone's watching this replay, I can timestamp this so they can know the gems to go to. Because I didn't even think about that. That all, if you pull a foreclosures list,
Yeah, that's old. That's old stuff right
that's
now.
not, yeah, that's not, nothing's happened.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's not. Yeah,
Walter
Walter.
says the same thing happened to him last month.
Yep. Right.
Oh
And,
my
and right.
gosh.
And then right. You're right. Then the seller wants to back out the deal because they have outbidded you. So I went through that. I went through that. I went through that. And the people was going back and they was outbidding me on the price that I had with the seller, not the price that I had them at to purchase the property from me. So yes, it's pretty serious out here right now. So creative deal structuring is the way to go right now. Being able to weigh your options. You want to know that, hey, if the homeowner is in a situation to where that they are clearly at the point where they just want to walk away, that's a subject too. If these people are at a point where, hey, they're not really looking to sell, but they will eventually sell, but they're more open to renting out the property, then you structure the deal for a lease purchase. You get what I'm saying? And then, if these guys really want to sell, but they're open to giving you a time of or a period of time to pay them, then they still want control of the property. That's when you structure on a finance deal. That way that they can feel comfortable and still have some type of control. And that way they'll have a position over you as if they're the bank. So you have to know how to, structure the deal as you talk to the homeowner, because depending on their needs, because it's not about what they
Mm-hmm.
want, it's about what they need. And once you figure out what they need, then you have the options to weigh. It's going to be either subject to a lease option, or it's going to be on a finance. Now, like I told y'all with the Airbnb property, the townhouse, I gotta quit saying the Airbnb property. Shout out to my girl Shannon. She's in Shreveport, Worldwide Investments on Instagram. She been making sure that I correct myself, because I was actually programming myself and limiting myself to only pleasing Airbnb. But the property is a short term rental. It's a townhouse, right? So the seller hadn't saw that property in years. Hadn't saw it in years, like over 7 years, until he came to get some of his stuff from out the house. Now this property is in prime real estate. It's right in downtown, basically.
Didn't you say it was like by the hospital or something? No, it
No,
was by
no,
the highway.
right. Yeah, it's right by every major highway. It's 2 streets from downtown. So it's 1 block and then 2 blocks, and then there's a highway, and then it's downtown. So it's like right by downtown. It's by every major enter and exit on the by the freeways, that whatever freeway you want to get on, you there. So we're by everything. But the seller hadn't saw the property in 7 years. So the deal that was structured with that homeowner, because he didn't want to pay the note, we came into the agreement with the subject to the subject to the existing mortgage. That way we can only pay the mortgage note, and there's no cash flow for the seller. But we put a lease purchase on it. That way he have the option to get a balloon payment at the end as we knock down the equity. You get what I
And
mean?
how did you, yeah, how did you find this one? Again, I don't remember. How did you
Right.
find out?
Right. So that's what I specialize in. I specialize in looking for pretty houses. So this is one of those scenarios where I actually look for properties that actually so I deal machine all type of houses, ugly houses and pretty houses. And I also pull certain lists. And I actually look for people like, for sale by owners, expired listings, or terminated contracts with real estate agents. I didn't got real good at looking up those properties. So these properties can be anywhere from, you know, $20,000 up to, you know, $4 or $5 million. So it's all about you shooting your shot. So, you know, Lupi G is actually calling people that have 1 million, 2 million, you know, $3 million properties. And I'm shooting my shot because you never know what type of scenario can play out, or you never know what type of scenario they're going through, because it may just play out in your favor by you asking the right questions. And
Mm-hmm.
with this business, you have to be the best question asker.
I will say, I did a call with a guy and I used some Lupi G language because I was like, I forget what he asked me. He asked me a couple questions and then I asked him some, and I was like pulling from my Lupi G question bank that I've heard you say, or like, I love the way you word things. So I recorded it too. So that way I could look back on it. And I actually posted it to our YouTube channel.
You got to send it to me. What did you hit him with?
So it wasn't even a question. It was more like, I get really awkward when they ask like, who do you work with and everything? Cause obviously I'm not like, I don't have like DealMachine's my full time.
Oh, we buy
So
out.
like, so, well, I said, I'm a locally, we're a family owned local investing company, and like trying to make it sound like that. And then I was also like, he called me about one property, but I heard him mention that he was talking to a realtor about a residential property in another hot area. And so once we got done talking, I said, you know, what, just out of curiosity, like, are you looking to sell this other residential property that you have? And so then and because Lupi always tells me, you got to ask questions if they have other properties. And he did. And it was a rundown house.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it didn't work it didn't work for either of us, the best interest of it.
What the numbers? It was number wise, the price.
Yeah. So the house was like in an area it was on a major highway. Nothing had been sold in that area in over like a year and a half. It was in a flood zone. And he wanted it just did not make sense. This
is one of the moments where he was in space and you couldn't bring him down to earth at all.
Yeah.
And that's really normal, Elise. So the best thing to tell a homeowner that really don't want to come down to earth, you know, you definitely don't want to insinuate. You don't want to tell them. So you must don't want to sell the property. You don't want to tell them that. You want to say, you want to ask a question. Hey, you know, as far as motivation wise, on a scale from 1 to 10, with, you know, 1 being the least, 10 being the highest, how motivated are you with getting rid of this property? I don't want to waste your time, and I definitely don't want to waste my time. We're not no big guys. We're small guys, so we definitely cannot overpay for property. You know, it wouldn't work for us. It wouldn't fit well for us as a business. So what we like to do to make it a situation to where that, you know, it'll work not only for you, but it'll work for us as well as a small business. So when you're talking to these homeowners, Elise, what you want to let them know, hey, I'm just the acquisition. I'm just here to ask questions. You know, what I do with this information, I get with my transaction coordinator. Transaction coordinator get with the financial department. Together, they both come up with prices and terms that, you know, is not only, you know, good for you, but it fits best for the company as well. So you want to hit them with that. You definitely want to hit them with that. Put people in between you and the deal. So you're still gonna be the transaction coordinator and the financial department, but it sounds like it's more than one person.
It sounds it sounds more robust when you say that, of like almost adding credibility on there too, that you have more people. I said my partner, but now I'm gonna say my I'm gonna say something different, because I said partner. I was like, I have to discuss with my partners.
Don't do that, because that puts you in a position of power. All you are is an acquisition manager. And if you need to go out to the field, you'll be the one that'll actually come out and walk the property owner step by step through the process. That's all you're there to do. Ask questions, And if you need to come out to the field, you'll be the one that'll be hands-on dealing directly with the seller. But all you're here to do is gather information for the transaction coordinator. From there, the transaction coordinator will get with the financial department. Together, they'll both come up with prices and terms that are not only, work for you, but work for us as well as a company. And hey, we're small guys. So, I'd like to ask you, what else do you have available? Townhouse, condo, single family residence, vacant land, commercial. Hey, we buy it all. And if they don't want to give you a price, you say, hey, all I'm here to do is gather the information for the transaction coordinator. But I'm telling you now, if you want a price, I can get you that price, but you may not like it. And you want to take that deep breath, and you want that person to hear that deep breath, and you want to say, but you may not like it. So
gosh, you're good. I already knew this.
Right. So if they don't want to give you that price that you're asking for, if you ask them, hey, what's your price? But when you first starting off a conversation, you don't want to first get off into price unless they've already tried to sell the property. The first thing you want to do is, build some type of rapport. So say I call you, phone ring, Elise, you say hello.
Hello.
Hey, Elise, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Who is this?
That's what I'm looking for. Who is this? Hey, I'm Lupi G. I was actually calling about the property on Main Street. We just acquired some properties over there in the area. Just reaching out to you, wondering if you'd like to entertain an offer on that property over there.
Oh, I don't know. I've not really given it much thought.
Oh, great. Well, this is the reason why I'm calling you. We definitely like the area. We're interested in the property. Just reaching out to you. If you have a moment or two, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Is now a good time?
Sure.
Okay, great. So, if you don't mind, if you have a second or two, can you kind of give me just give me a little bit of information about the property?
I bought it, used it as a rental. It's been vacant for maybe a year just because I don't want to deal with tenants anymore. Okay. And I was maybe going to give it to my daughter.
Okay. Well, just give me a second. I'm actually taking down some notes. I'm typing in some notes. So if you hear me being quiet and taking a little pause, I'm actually typing this information in. So you said you was renting the property out. Am I correct?
Yes.
You said you had gave it to your daughter?
I'm thinking about it. She may not want it, but I don't really want to deal with it anymore.
Oh, okay. So you kind of like really tired of being a landlord?
Absolutely.
Right. So how was the tenants treating you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I let them keep animals in the house, and I just can't get the smell out. It's annoying. Yeah. I don't really want to deal with it anymore. And so I just decided to just kind of let it sit there, but I'd hate to just let it go. So I thought, well, I'll give it to my daughter, but I don't even know if she wants it. She's been kind of,
kind of not nonchalant about it when you bring it up.
Right. Avoiding the conversation.
Right. So the great thing about me, a little bit about what we do over here, we buy, sell, and manage. We do it, throughout the Indy area, and we also do a little bit nationwide also. So I'm actually pulling up some information right here about the property. I do want to let you know we're serious about the property. We're not just blowing smoke. I do see that it's a 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Give me an approximate as far as square footage wise of the property itself, the house, the building.
It's a smaller one, so it's like maybe 1,500.
Okay. And I'm just trying to make sure that my numbers are matching up, because sometimes homeowners may do add-ons and may not do them with the proper permits and things like that. But I am looking up the information right now, so I definitely see that you're pretty accurate. I see that the square footage is around about 5,000 square feet, which is a nice size lot. As far as the property right now, is it currently being occupied?
No, it's been vacant for maybe a year. I have not been actively looking for tenants.
Wow. How often do you visit the property?
I've maybe visited it twice in the last year.
Wow, wow. Quick question. Do you actually have someone that have eyes on the property to make sure there's no one, breaking in the property or just, hanging out in there without your permission?
Yeah, so I'm pretty good friends with the neighbors next door. So I have a ring on it, so I know that's not a ton, but they let me know if they see anything. I have them pick up the mail, mow the
Okay.
lawn.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. Okay, all right. Well, like I said, we definitely like the area. We're taking a liking to the property. It seemed like it'll be a good fit for us. So, I do have a quick question. As far as doing so what we do, let me tell you right offhand, we can give you an offer. We do buy sight unseen. I like for you to kind of paint a picture for me. Give me like a visual, a visual of what I would see when I walk through the house, and kind of just paint a picture for me of what I would see when I walk in the house. If there's anything that you've done to the property as far as updates, the flooring. Kind of give me a little walk through of the house if you don't mind.
Yeah, so if you walk in it now, I don't know how the outside's gonna look because it's painted, maybe probably chipped. I haven't painted it in a while. There's a little bit. The stairs are crumbling in the front. Probably needs new cement, foundation work maybe. But you walk in, it's all hardwoods, original hardwood floors.
Hmm.
Again, though, those animals, I don't know how to deal with that. Uh, but other than that, you walk in, everything's very original. We haven't done much to like update it.
Okay.
So
So
whatever color they painted it last, that's what color it is.
So no updates within since you've gotten a property. You haven't done any updates. You just basically put a rental in there that can actually occupy the property. Am I correct?
Yeah, and then maybe just some like maintenance of like if a pipe needed to be fixed or something. I don't remember.
And hey, that's why from the jump I kind of told you a little bit about what we do. Like I said, we buy, sell, and manage. So definitely want to ask you. When was the last time you got the property appraised?
Oh geez. I don't even know.
Okay, okay. So now let's get down to the numbers part of it. What would be your asking price, seeing that you haven't really thought about the property until I call. Would you actually, kind of have a figure in your head about, about how much you would want for the property?
Um I mean, I bought it like I bought it for maybe 65.
Okay.
It's paid off. I would probably just want like 65 or 70.
Oh, basically you want to kind of get your money back and move on.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you said the property, the property is paid off, which is great. So typically, we usually do something with the finances, seeing that you don't have a note on the property anymore. I definitely like to ask you, as far as with this property, would you be open to actually doing, a owner finance or a lease purchase on this property, or would you just rather cash out? That's kind of like a multiple choice question.
Oh man, I think I just prefer to get it done and over with. Uh,
Okay.
like I said, I was gonna just kind of hand it to my daughter, but she's dragging her feet. So I mean, if I can just get it away and I don't have to worry about it, that's probably the best for me.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because, like I said, I don't know if I told you, but I'm the acquisition over here. So with me being the one that created contact with you, reaching out to you, and my follow up would be with you. You won't be speaking with anybody else unless I would actually need to put a conference call together between you, myself, and the transaction coordinator. So to tell you what I do, I'm like I said, I'm the acquisition over here, and I do come out in the field if I need to come out and look at the property. And what I want to do is gather this information for the transaction coordinator. Now, the transaction coordinator will actually be the one that come up with the with 1 to 2 to 3 options, you know, depending on your price range of where you're saying you want for the property. And from there, the transaction coordinator will get with the financial department. Together, they'll come up with both prices and terms that'll not only work for you, but work for us as a company as well. So that was the reason why me asking, would you be open to actually doing an owner finance, which would be you selling a property, but it'll be over a period of time. At least purchase would be more of a kind of like an owner finance type deal, but it will still actually have you, um, let's say, in a landlord position. And I know that you want to not be a landlord, so the owner finance option would be more in your favor, because that'll alleviate you from actually having to worry about any maintaining or maintenance of the property. Now, the great thing about it is, hey, we can still give you a cash offer. Now that I know your price, I can actually send that number over to the transaction coordinator to see if that will work. So you said you may or may not be open to owner financing, which will actually, you could probably get a little more, and then you could actually be the bank.
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, some people do it.
I'd be interested in entertaining it.
Okay. So so we'll give you a cash offer. We'll give you a cash offer. I don't know if the offer that the price where you're at price wise right now will work for us, and if it will be a good fit for us, we may can be able to cash you out at that price, and that'll be your walk away price with us paying our closing costs. You're not having to pay any real estate agent fees and or commission. So that price, it may or may not work. I'm not here to actually give that offer to you just yet, without speaking to the transaction coordinator and the transaction team. But I definitely like to forward this information over. Quick question: how much were you getting a per month for rent from your renters?
Oh, I was charging them maybe like $600 a month.
600 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Does this property is this property in a subdivision with HOA? Does this property have HOA fees?
No, it's more out, and no, it's not in HOA fees.
Great, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I'm just taking these notes down. Okay, all right, 600. That's decent. Um, okay, okay. We making work some out. I'd definitely like to get this information over to the transaction coordinator. Um, for whatever reason, after this call, I need to get back with you. Is this the best number to reach you at? The number that
Yeah, this is my cell.
Okay, and also I would like to get your email address, just in case we need to email you a little information about us and our company. We're some small guys. We're not some big company, but we definitely like to, if we need to, send you a little information about us and how we operate. Could I have your email address?
Sure, it's bubblegumproperties@icloud.com.
Nice. So, another question. I heard you say bubblegum properties. So, would you happen to have any other properties that you would consider selling at this moment?
I have actually that daughter that I was talking about. She's living in one of them.
Rent free.
Rent free.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
So that one's occupied. That's the only other one that I have right now. I thought about building a portfolio at one point, but I just found it to be such a hassle, so I didn't. It just wasn't for me. So yes, the daughter's living in the other one.
So are you telling me that's off limits, because you really didn't give me an answer, and I'm kind of rubbing my hands here, kind of being patient.
Well, I'll have to think about that one. I haven't really given that much thought. Would I like to have the money? Yes, but am I going to kick my daughter out?
No, we don't want.
Probably not.
Right. We don't want to just. We're not in the business of just putting people out, so that's why I say I'm being patient, just waiting to hear your answer. We would actually be open to acquiring both properties if possible, on a serious note. So we definitely don't want to have you worry about your daughter relocating and anything like that. So for whatever reason, if you would like to sell that property, we'd definitely like to look into that property as well. So I've taken quite a bit of notes, and I've basically filled up my information sheet to forward over to the transaction coordinator. We definitely want to get with you within the next 24 to 48 hours. And if this is a slam dunk deal for us and we can start moving forward to actually putting paperwork together, that way we can get the okay on some paperwork without the fine print. Would you be open to actually, getting back on this conversation about this property with the actual conference call with you, myself, and the transaction coordinator, and seeing if we can move forward and get some paperwork over to the title company? That way we can open up title.
I don't see why not.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if for whatever reason I get with my transaction coordinator in a bit, whenever they get done with what they're doing, and I can squeeze some time in there and forward this information over. If he asks me to get back on the phone with you ASAP, will I be able to call you back today?
Yes, I think that that'll work out okay. I have some errands to run, but I should be able to answer the phone.
Okay, so I need the best time to reach back out to you today and for tomorrow.
I'm gonna say probably 6 o'clock tonight onward, and then tomorrow probably between 9 and 3.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I took that down. Like I said, I'll get with the team over here once things get situated and settle down. That way I can kind of squeeze in some time. From what I've gathered, see, it seems like the property will be a great fit for us, and we'll definitely love to take this off your hands. The way you won't have to worry about keeping up with the maintaining and maintenance of this property. Elisa, it was definitely a pleasure speaking with you today. I want you to have a great and awesome day, and I know I'm gonna do the same because this was an exciting call, and I'm just happy to be able to reach back out to you and see if we can put something together that'll fit well for the both of us. How does that sound?
Sounds great. I look forward to it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I'll be speaking with you shortly. You have an awesome day.
You too. All right. And scene. Everyone, I need everyone to give Lupi some love here in the chat because that was so good and he dropped so many nuggets. Like, okay, so Lupi, after this, and I of course have another meeting at 3, so I want to make sure that I get all these in. But my question to you would be, so you get everything together. When you say you're getting together with your transaction coordinator, if you are a single person,
I have a
how
meeting
would you
myself. I pull up the information. I get on PropStream or Zillow or whatever platform I need to get on, and I sit there and I have a meeting with myself.
And then when you get on the phone with him again, how do you start that? Like, how do you?
I get straight to it. Now, if it's a deal that's more complicated, then I make a phone call to somebody that I know that's more advanced than me, and then I put them on the phone as the transaction coordinator. So I have a buddy. His name is Mr. Transaction Engineer. He's in Atlanta. I have another a friend and partner of mine. His name is Chevy. And he's in Louisiana. So we'll play good guy, bad guy. If I can't really get what I want to say out and get it out properly, or if this seemed like a more complicated deal, meaning that I may need to come into the agreement with more than one part, and I don't know how to really put it together, then I'll actually reach out and make a phone call and be open to splitting the deal, and then I'll put somebody that has a lot more knowledge than me on the phone. But with me being as sharp as I am now, like, I'm going in for the kill.
I love it. And I want everyone to know that they can reach out to you to, talk through things. I know you're always open to JVing, but also I wanted to touch on this. You talked earlier about coaching. Are you offering coaching to people?
Yes, I'm offering coaching to real action takers. This is not something where you're gonna come in and you're gonna waste my time and I'm gonna waste yours. This will be hands-on coaching, and you have to be open and willing to invest in your education. And if everybody that's on here right now, if you want to have a little bit more info about what I'm speaking on right now as far as my coaching, go to levelupaccelerator.com and get your free report. And then what you can do from there is actually go and apply for a Level Up Accelerator session with myself, and we'll talk and chat for about a good 30 minutes and see if you'll be a good fit for my coaching program. If you're, looking forward to go after pretty houses and start creating passive income, and if you're looking forward to, closing your first wholesale deal, reach out to me. If you want that blueprint, you want that, you need the knowledge and knowing what right questions to ask, then what you need to do is actually go to levelupaccelerator.com and get your free report. And that way you can see what I'm offering you. And then, like I said, you have 30 minutes. I'll be asking you, some real good questions, that make sense for me. That way I know if you are serious, but you have to be open and willing to invest in your education, because I have.
I love it. I'm going to make sure that that's bookmarked so people know later in the description.
Yeah, accelerator.com.
And then also on Instagram, if you aren't following Lupi already, it's Lupi dot. Okay, I always get it mixed up.
Yeah, Lupi dot L dot U dot P dot I dot underscore P. I don't even.
No. So that makes me feel so much better, because I'm like, wait, I know there's dots. I know there's an underscore. I'm not quite sure where they all fit together.
I don't even know what my other phone at. I'm about the only one that's Lupi G, and Lupi G stands for Level Up Property Investors Group. So I came into this business with my mission and my mind and my goal focused on creating a group of multimillionaires. And if you want to be a living legend, just like Lupi G, hey, what I want you to do is actually know that Lupi G is not a selfish individual. Lupi G is selfless, and that's what Lupi G stand for, because that G stand for group. I came into this business thinking about a group of individuals, not myself. So let's get it. Let's go. I've been representing DealMachine before DealMachine even knew who I was.
This is very true.
I was telling everybody I was going to DealMachine their house. That's why I got the stamp on me. So, I've been getting a lot of support from DealMachine, and DealMachine actually saved my life. They're part of the reason of my growth process. And this is like my 2-year anniversary was last month. Being a part of the DealMachine family, and I'm so happy and grateful. Couldn't have been part of a better family.
Well, we love having you in the family. It's killing me that we haven't seen each other in so long, but everyone who's on here, we are having shows every other week. And we will be on Clubhouse. We'll figure that out, and I will make sure to get stuff out for that. But thanks, everyone. Thank you, Lupi, for dropping gems. I know we were going to go over Message Engine. I'll have to go over it again some other time, because this was just too good. This was too good to not do. That whole cold calling role play was perfect. So I'll have to show you Message Engine again.
Hey, right. We can do that. We can do that on the following one, and let's go from there. But for whatever reason, things happen organically. And if I didn't need to practice, you probably needed it. If you didn't need it, somebody that's actually chiming in and tapped in needed it. So
I needed some of that. That was good.
Always got to ask the right questions. You want to be a great question asker.
Oh, look, Krista is actually our new CSM in DealMachine. So thanks, Krista.
Hey, Krista.
I'm going to introduce, I'll try to get Dakota on this next time. So he actually runs our Message Engine trainings, and he's new too. So I've talked about you always to everyone. So we'll actually get you introduced to some of the newer team members too.
Nice. Hey, how is everybody? How Joshua Johnson T? How David doing?
They're doing great. Josh is still in Raleigh, and then David's doing great. He got a new cat, so he has 2 cats now.
Yeah, I saw it.
And so that's pretty much everyone's doing great. We've outgrown the office. Obviously, we have now 40 people on DealMachine.
Wow.
The team.
I remember when it was just 8.
I know, and it's like you came here and you only saw David and I and Ty, and now we have most everybody in Indianapolis. So there's a ton of people you have to meet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find me a house out there.
You are.
Yeah, I'll be out.
I'll send you some good leads over here that I've been trying to get a hold of.
Come on, quit playing. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's get these people on the phone. It's time. It's time for you to get that deal.
I
need
will.
a deal out there too. I need to get some deals. I'm telling you, I'm gonna give me a house out there. I love it
You
out
will
there.
get a house. I'll text
I
you
love
right
it out
after this.
Cool. I love it out there. Man, I love it out there. There's a whole
All right,
nother
I hate to
lifestyle.
run and go, but I have to get in another one. Bye, guys. I'm gonna do this. Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh, that's fire.